This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. Go to bigheadsmedia.com for more great podcasts.
Hi there, folks, and welcome to TV Tuners. It's a television podcast for the true fanatics. It's a weekly dive in the latest in TV news and reviews. I'm your host, Swanson, and with me, as always, is my co-host and guy who's keeping Wayne Manor running, Stairmaster.
I can't do a Morgan Freeman impersonation. I told you this once.
Well, neither can this actor, so you're good.
You've set me up the bill for the last time.
Oh no, he's got a gun. Luckily, I know QTC.
Oh. It was actually just a gun that shoots a flag that said you're fired. But I was going to point it at myself to show that I'm quitting. I guess that's out. I guess I can't do that now.
Quitting at the start of the podcast. A bold move. And with us, as always, is our other co-host and maniacal leader of a gang who may or may not be my dead sister, Kyorain.
Hello.
Hi, you sure are wacky with a bad wig.
And you sure love to speak in rhymes.
Well, I'm a very eccentric, villainous person, and I'm going to be a very fascinating villain to follow around the whole season.
Yeah, you definitely seem like it from what I've seen. You're definitely charismatic in a way that most people would not define as charisma.
Yeah, I've got a very personal issue with you, Swanson.
I love how you have a motivation.
Yeah, I love that it's a very clear and defined one as well, as well as a clear and defined plan.
Yeah, I've got evil plans going on, and I'm going to enact them, and it's going to be really exciting and interesting.
It's cool like how you're not just like a C-grade ripoff of Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah, it's really nice of you to just sort of be your own character.
Yeah, see, I'm not twisted or damaged. I'm just strange.
Yeah, it's really nice to have a character who isn't just like if the Joker and Mad Hatter had a child.
Had a daughter.
Yeah.
Wait, which one would be giving birth in that scenario?
The Mad Hatter.
Yeah,
Mad Hatter.
Mad Hatter.
All right. Welcome to TV Tuners. If you like what you're hearing, why not tell us over at our Twitter account at TV Tuners.
Wait, Swanson, that's a really good comparison because her name is literally Alice.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, Batman writers are lazy sometimes.
Oh, do we have to talk about this now? Because I was wondering,
No.
Is she the Mad Hatter in this universe?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. That would imply that I had followed the Arrowverse, and I have not.
I guess I'll have to go ask my dad.
Oh, he watches all those shows?
I watched Green Arrow and Flash. And Legends of Tomorrow, I think.
Well, Legends of Tomorrow is, from what I've heard, really good, actually.
Yes.
So I don't, yeah.
But I don't think...
So what did he do after you watched them? Did he, A, go grab a sandwich,
No.
B, go to bed, or C... Oh, okay.
He's old.
Oh,
He's tired.
Yeah,
Let my papa sleep.
yeah. If you like what you're hearing so far, and you want to be unlike Stairs Papa and not sleep, you can tweet at us at TV Tuners or use the hashtag TV Tuners, and we'll give a glance at what you're saying.
And also the hashtag
Yeah.
Stairmaster's papa.
Yeah, if you want to talk exclusively about Stairmaster's father.
Swanson and I have hired this individual who sits atop a watchtower
Oh, my dad.
with binoculars. Yeah, and he's keeping his eye on the TV Tuner's Twitter account.
Yeah, he's just sort of gardening it.
Yep, he's gardening
He's
it.
keeping the ground, one
Yeah.
might say.
And as always, if you have any quips, comments, questions, foresights, or otherwise, you can send them to us at tvtunerspodcast@gmail.com.
You'll have to
What's that email, Keo Rain?
We have an email account?
Yeah. What's the email?
Well, that's a surprise to me. No one's sending us any email, Swanson.
Ooh, well, I mean, if they want to rectify that situation, they sure can.
Well, we are getting some emails. They just all involve race science, so we can't read them on the air.
Oh, yeah, we have a lot of very...
talking about skull measurements.
Yeah, that's not science, Stairmaster.
What do you mean there's numbers? They use a ruler.
Good point.
Yeah, classic. When numbers are involved, it is science.
Oh, I saw a caliper in one of those. Those are like really sciencey, huh?
Like a doctor would use.
When you think about it, all of math is just science and accounting and finance.
So the email account is tvtunerspodcast@gmail.com. And if you heard me say that, if you heard me recite that email and you're not going to send us an email and you're listening to this and you listen to the whole episode, you're just not my friend. You're just like...
You're the opposite.
Just like a low down... Yeah, you're like a low down, enemy. Dirty... enemy.
Yeah, if you don't want to be Keo's enemy, you should probably send us an email.
We'll
read it on the podcast.
You're the Mad Hatter to our Batman.
Yeah. And as always, you can follow us on all of the podcatchers of your choice. We're available on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher. You can go on to any of those and give us 5 stars. Really helps us get noticed and would be much appreciated.
Fellas, do you think Mad Hatter was on the Epstein flights?
For sure.
Yeah.
I feel like most Batman villains probably were.
I don't
think they're... Okay, definitely the Riddler.
The Riddler was there.
He's got like
Mr. Freeze definitely wasn't.
But he's getting money from Epstein to fund his research anyways.
Yeah, probably. Joker definitely wasn't. That's probably about it. Bane wasn't there,
No,
probably.
Two-Face was on some other billionaire's airplane.
Oh, yeah. Bane wasn't there.
No, Bane would burn that place down.
Yeah, Bane's not.
I don't know. I don't know if the Mad Hatter would really be on board with that.
I don't think it would be important enough to be on it. He might be like a Chris Tucker type. Like he just included for no discernible reason.
Yeah, he was just there once.
No, he was there twice, and nobody can figure out why.
Like he thought he was going on the plane, but they actually didn't let him on.
Oh.
Weirdly enough, though, the ventriloquist did make it.
Wow.
Anyway, yeah. What'd you guys watch this week? Anything interesting?
I watched El Camino.
Oh. The Breaking Bad Netflix event?
Yes.
What'd you think?
Which I'm still not sure why that was on Netflix.
Because that's where Breaking Bad goes now.
That's the place.
What were they thinking?
Well, I mean, it's not like they get
losing Breaking Bad.
They were thinking more people would probably watch it than if it debuted on AMC.
Or if it debuted in theaters.
I'm saying why did AMC lose it though?
I don't think they lost it. I just think they didn't want to put it in theaters.
Yeah, so they gave money to put it on Netflix, presumably.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like people would be a lot more disappointed if they went to watch this in a theater.
I mean, I don't know. It looks pretty good.
I mean, it's structured like 3 episodes of television. That's more what I'm saying. I mean, it's good television, but it's not a movie.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a movie, but it's definitely not.
Breaking Bad's always looked like a movie.
Yeah, plot-wise, it's definitely not a movie.
Yes. So we can all agree it kind of just had this odd, comfy feeling that sort of leaves you contented, but there's no real substance.
It's not necessary, but it's nice.
It's like dessert.
Yeah. If Breaking Bad is sort of my lunch,
your 5-course meal.
My 5-course meal, and Better Call Saul is sort of the mint afterwards. This is the dessert. Or actually, I guess Better Call Saul is the dessert, and this is the mint afterwards.
Better Call Saul's the breakfast before I eat my dinner.
No.
Oh, yeah, because it's a prequel, so obviously it's the breakfast before you eat your dinner.
Better Call Saul's like Captain Crunch cereal.
Good, but ruins the roof of your mouth?
See, here's the deal, though. You eat the Better Call Saul breakfast, and then you forget it because it's a prequel, and you're not supposed to know it before you ate the dinner, and then El Camino is the pill you take after dinner to make you remember your breakfast.
Oh.
I'm just imagining the Memento guy with photographs of Bob Odenkirk now.
Could you even imagine trying to show someone Better Call Saul without having seen Breaking Bad?
I mean, wasn't that
That's a good experiment.
I don't think it was their intent because Tuco shows up in the first episode.
Yeah, he's like a crazy dude. You're like, whoa, who's this guy?
Yeah, I guess I just don't know. I can't think of it devoid of Breaking Bad, so it's hard to like imagine it on its own. El Camino is, of course, impossible to do devoid of Breaking Bad. So
apparently, some people said like there was marketing that suggested you could watch it without having seen Breaking Bad.
It's
really
I don't
stupid.
think that's possible.
There's no way you have any investment in this guy based on like
half the film is flashbacks to Todd.
Which is good, except for the fact that Todd is very clearly aged.
And he's expanded.
He's put on a little bit of weight there.
He's old and bigger. In a way that you don't normally see from people who have only spent 5 years away from a show.
Well, he was also putting on weight for another role, if I recall correctly.
Oh, he's playing Howard Taft?
Maybe.
Was that his name? Howard? Probably.
I don't know. There's a lot of people named Taft.
You know, the president, the fat one.
Okay. Yes.
Anyway,
Todd for president. Let's be real here.
Yeah, it'd be hard to do now because he's dead, but before, yeah.
Oh, you're right. How about Gus for president?
I don't think much would change if Gus was president.
I don't know. He'd probably be cool with dealing with Mexico, and by that I mean dealing with them. I am going to deal with Mexico. Everyone's like, what does he mean?
Yeah, he would just do the Sicario stuff. And we already do that.
This conversation is over.
Is it a thing where Gus would be like the persona he puts on in front of people while he's running for president, and then once he's in office, he's just regular Gus?
Yes.
He's like, let me be clear. I will do whatever I need to win.
He's Obama with a more monotone voice.
Sort of.
Yeah. And when you think about it, yeah.
Huh. Something to think about.
Man, I hope Bernie doesn't do that. That would suck.
Just wait until he announces his vice president as Giancarlo Esposito.
Who he always refers to as Gus.
Oh, no.
Yes. Welcome, Gus! Not my name. All right, I watched... I'm going to give a shout-out. Maybe not a shout-out. More like a sort of meh to the final season of Preacher. I finished that.
Oh.
It was all right.
Did he preach?
Sort of. Yeah, he preaches to God at the end, in a way. Spoilers, God dies at the end.
Did he...
How many beverages did God drink?
A lot, actually. God does drink a lot of beverages.
Oh. Is God played by Steve Buscemi?
No, he's played by an actor I haven't heard of before.
Oh.
But he does a good job.
Jared Harris.
I appreciate that the show actually does something that the comic didn't do, which is make God like the ultimate bad guy.
What? So the comic was pro God?
No, it was still very much like, yeah, this God guy's kind of sucks, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And then this one, he's more like, yeah, he kind of sucks, and also, I guess he should be the big bad, and not this dude who we've like undermined the entire time. Anyway, it doesn't follow the comics very much at all, really, outside of that.
Oh, so the best part about Garth Enix's works is the adaptations that ignore the stuff he did.
I would say, sure. I haven't finished The Boys, but I'm sure it's better than the comic book.
How have you not finished The Boys? It's only 8 episodes.
That's the next thing I'm doing right now. Calm down.
Buddy.
Look, Swanson, they've got boys on that show.
And they got 2 girls. Maybe 3.
What? I think it's definitely 3 where I'm sitting right now watching that show, so.
Well, it might drop to 2.
Oh. Okay. Well, I guess now I gotta figure out which girls die. And if it's at the hands of the boys. Anyway, yeah, I've been watching that show as well. In terms of Garth Ennis adaptations, it's definitely better than Preacher.
Yes.
Yeah, Anthony Starr gives a good performance as Homelander. Erin Moriarty, I think she's the one who plays Starlight. I hope that's how you say her last name. And then, Carl Urban obviously is Carl Urban.
How did you feel about Giancarlo Esposito and the boys?
He hasn't shown up yet, but I know he's appearing.
Maybe you should watch faster, huh? Maybe you should watch at 1.2 times speed.
Watch it at 4 times speed.
Ooh.
Subtitles.
I know both he and Haley Joel Osment show up at some point, so I'm just waiting for it.
And the kiss.
Oh, well, I guess I'll look forward to that. Anyway, that's it for what I watched. So let's move on to the news.
Uh-huh.
We just talked about El Camino, but it turns out that Vince Gilligan might have had some different ideas.
Is this a spoiler?
Spoilers for El Camino if you haven't watched it. Spoiler. El Camino,
Jesse falls down some stairs.
Yeah, El Camino, of course, ended with Jesse getting away, as we all hoped and dreamed.
Spoilers.
If you're listening still, why not? I just spoiled it. Why are you listening?
I guess you should just quit the podcast forever.
Don't do that. Just skip.
Do it.
Skip ahead about 10 minutes.
I think it's too late now.
Anyway, Jesse escapes. But Vince Gilligan had different ideas originally when writing the script.
Mm-hmm.
Before he showed the script to friends, by friends I mean the people who write Better Call Saul with him.
Wait,
Joey
do you
Chandler.
mean
Yeah,
the friends from the TV show Friends were?
Who we'll talk about them in a sec.
Oh no.
They're not involved in this story, but stick around. Anyway, his original idea was that Jesse would get caught up in helping someone else escape the situation. As to hear Vince Gilligan say it, I love ironic twists. Once I had set about coming up with this movie for the longest time, I had it in my mind that the thing we wanted most to see was for Jesse to escape, and the thing he wanted most to do was escape. So I was trying to concoct a plot in which, hero that he is, he saves somebody else, somebody I would have introduced as a new character into the movie.
Oh, not Huel.
Because he's such an innately heroic character in my mind. He saves someone at the end of the movie, and he willfully gets himself caught, knowing that he'll save this other person. At the end of the movie, he'd be locked in a jail cell somewhere in Montana or someplace, and he would be at peace with it. It was all this very interior emo type, very dramatic stuff. He says he pitched it to the people at Better Call Saul,
and they crucified him.
Yeah, the showrunner of Better Call Saul, Peter Gould, and the rest of the show's writers were like, "What? No, what? No." And he decided that if enough people tell you that you're wrong, you're probably wrong. So he's changed the ending.
Don't do that, Vince. Come on, man.
Vince, man, don't do our boy like
Bro.
that, dude. That's what they were all like in the writers' room. Bro, Vince,
like,
dude, you can't do that, bro.
Dude, Jesse's our bro, dude. We've been watching
He's
him
America's
years, dude.
darling.
We don't want him in jail, bro.
Bro, no one wants to see him get a bad ending, dude. He's the person who deserves a good one,
Come
bro.
on, Jesse's the most beautiful man on television.
Bro, jail's like a box, dude. Don't put Jesse in a box, bro. Boxes are not good, bro.
Dude, don't break our boy, dude.
Bro, like, I got this box, bro. Like, it's got all this junk in it. I put it in the closet, bro. I haven't seen that box in years, dude. Don't do that, Jesse, bro.
He also mentions in the interview that the honk gesture that Jesse Plemons makes to the passing truck and the Todd scenes was ad-libbed, so that's nice.
Oh, I thought that was on purpose
That's cute.
because it's such a good character beat that the trunk doesn't honk for him.
Yeah, the truck doesn't. Well, I don't think trucks honk for people anymore.
Well, why? Is there like a cultural thing?
I don't think you're allowed to. I don't know.
Well,
If you're a truck driver, let us know at TV Tuners Podcast.
I don't understand. How would they get in trouble? Is there like snitches?
Yeah, truck snitches, and they get truck stitches.
Oh no.
If a truck ever honks at me, I immediately write down their number on the back and report them.
Oh yeah.
There's
there
like
might be
Unnecessary
roadside
honking
snitches.
causing a road
There's
road
like a
hazard.
little emblem of a goose on the back of the truck and a red circle with a line through it around it.
Yeah, and it's just the goose from Untitled Goose Game.
Thank you.
All right. Well, as promised, it's time to talk about the Friends.
Oh no!
We'll be there for them.
I hope that. Yeah.
I'm starting to think we need to watch an episode of Friends.
Ooh, you mean like around Christmas time, maybe?
Why Christmas time?
That's when we watch the classic TV shows.
Oh, okay.
You know, in a past life, Stairmaster Swanson and I did watch an episode of Friends.
Oh.
Yeah, we watched it and talked about it, and it was we were not amused.
You weren't impressed?
It turns out the pilot of Friends is not good.
We were completely stone-faced the entire time.
Yeah, we did not laugh.
We had snacks put out. We didn't even eat the snacks.
Yeah, we just left them there. I had to throw them out later.
To be fair, the snacks were all candy corn.
Yeah, true. And candy corn, of course, does go bad, as we all know.
Well, I'm pretty sure we threw that because we don't like candy corn.
Which is ironic.
Yeah, well, what I love is candy corn on the cob.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
That's God.
That's a real thing. Anyway.
No!
Yeah, it exists. I've seen it. It's one of the many hellspawn.
My instincts tell me life should not be like this.
You didn't think life was going to be this way?
Yeah.
Oh, well, neither did the Friends.
Oh?
Candy Corn is the name of my corn cover band.
Oh, is it? Are they both spelled with a K?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Anyway, yeah. The Friends, of course, have been celebrating all year as it's the 25th anniversary of the show debuting. And that's why you might notice that we've been sort of talking about Friends a lot in the news lately. There's Lego sets, there's talks of reunions that are never going to happen. And yet, one sort of reunion seemed to happen. Instagram welcomed Jennifer Aniston to its roster of celebrities who post photos of food. And she decided to add to that list with a photo of her with the rest of the cast of Friends.
Were any of them looking like snacks?
No, it's kind of a grainy photo. Here, let me show you the photo real quick. See if I can get this for you.
Wow, all these faces are mosaicked out.
Yeah, it's sort of a bad 40-year-old trying to take a 40-year-old trying to take a bad selfie. You barely see Phoebe's face.
Wow, look at David Schwimmer's eyes. He looks haunted.
He's up to something.
Those are the eyes of a man who's seen O.J. Simpson kill someone in a fictional television show.
And it's still scarred
He's
him
haunted
for
by
life.
what he saw in World War II.
Or maybe he did see Cuba Gooding Jr. groping someone.
Oh, no.
Topical. Anyway, yeah, so as you can see, all of the Friends are there. Chandler, Phoebe's, Monica's, Rachel's, and the Joeys, and the Ross.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, they're all there.
All the white people.
Everyone lost their shit because someone posted a bad selfie with Friends. Of Friends, technically. And that's really all there is to the story. There's nothing else. There's people saying...
This is a very significant event. Swanson, I hope you realize that this designates the beginning of end of times.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, one of these 6 friends is the Antichrist?
Yes. It's David Schwimmer.
Oh, that makes sense. That's the haunted
I was going to say... I was going to say it's our job to find out which one, but I guess Stare already figured it out.
Yeah, Stare, I can't believe you didn't tell us until just now who the Antichrist was. We've been trying to figure this out for months.
Well, if I did that, you would have prevented the Armageddon.
Oh, you're a disciple of David Schwimmer?
Yes. No, I'm an angel.
Oh, you also want Armageddon. Oh, it's like a Goman situation.
Yes.
I see.
Are you supposed to just tell us?
Yeah, that seems like cheating.
Wait, what does Goman from the Third have to do with this?
No, good omens.
Oh. Oh.
Anyway, my guess for Antichrist would have been Chandler, but I guess Ross does sort of fit the role more.
Well, we've learned something today, huh?
Anyway, if you look closely at the photo, they may or may not be doing cocaine. That's it.
Oh, wait. That is a weird tray they got there.
Yeah.
I think there's coke on the cell phone too. Well, I don't think the listeners are going to get much out of this unless you put it in the description. But
yeah, if you haven't seen this photo, stay tuned to the TV Tuners to the TV Tuners Twitter. I'll post this once the episode drops.
So wait, people just lost their minds because the actors got together?
Yeah. I guess they didn't believe that they were friends in real life, even though we've had constant proof of that.
That's how they had such good chemistry.
Yeah. So look forward to Ted Danson's Instagram photo with the rest of the cast of Cheers.
Oh, I was going to ask, what would you do if this was the bar from Cheers? They took this in.
Oh, wait, if there was the Friends still, but they took a photo in the bar from Cheers?
Yes.
I'd be confused.
And the description just said 2021.
I'd be very confused.
Swanson would take matters into his own hands.
Oh, no!
I would go and interview Ted Danson.
Oh, I was thinking more like Joker's type stuff.
Oh, no, I'm not sick or twisted.
You would be after that, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Your brain would just go like crack ping, like metal breaking.
Yeah, we can't really predict Swanson's actions after that.
Yeah, there'd be no stopping me.
It's a psychological singularity.
And now for us to go from reunions that are never going to happen on television to a show that desperately wants to be on television but won't for the time being. Nailed that transition. Of course, I'm talking about the Cowboy Bebop show that's coming to Netflix. We talked about this a few months back, and it's been diligently filming until recently when John Cho, the actor from Star Trek and I think Harold and Kumar, recently got an injury. He's playing the role of Spike.
Rest in peace.
He's playing the role of Spike Spiegel, but a freak injury took place during the final take of a scene and led him to cause a 7 to 9 month production delay.
He got tackled in the
Rest in
balls
peace.
by the corgi playing Ian. Ein, yeah.
Ian.
There's a corgi
like a
in
little
Space
spunky...
Station. There's a corgi in Space Station 13 named Ian.
Yeah.
That's why I thought of it.
So yeah, it looks like the Space Cowboys are gonna have to wait for this live action remake of the classic anime series
that everyone was asking for.
Yes, that everyone definitely wanted to see.
I was literally on a rooftop shouting for it.
Please, I need more adventures.
I need to see a poorly translated adaptation with probably a minimal budget. Maybe it'll be canceled in 2 seasons like all the other Netflix shows.
What was the injury?
The details are scarce, but it was an onset knee injury.
Oh.
Described as a freak injury that is going to require surgery.
Do you think he owed someone
and
money?
Rehabilitation. What'd you say?
Do you think he owed someone money?
Yeah, like someone came in during a shooting of the shooting
a
of the
bounty
scene,
hunter
broke his leg.
Okay.
Yeah, Swanson, reread that press release in a mafia voice now.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, it was an onset knee injury.
Hey, spaghetti and meatballs.
It was. It's going to require some surgery and let's say some rehabilitation, huh?
Nailed it.
Anyway,
yeah, this seems pretty fishy to me, Swanson, that you read it in that voice.
Yeah, Netflix seems to have zero interest in continuing the project without Cho, so they're going to have a production hiatus for the 7 to 9 months that it will take to recover.
Oh, you mean they're not going to replace their lead actor?
Yeah, it turns out they're not really looking to replace the lead actor on the show.
Oh, they should call Keanu.
They can just have him limp around.
I think Keanu's busy. He's got Cyberpunk 2020 deal 2025.
Isn't that coming out soon?
Yeah, in March, I think.
Yeah, I think he's done working on that.
He's still doing stuff, I bet. He's helping design the game. Putting the finishing touches on it. Yeah, why don't you put a little bit more emphasis on my beard?
He's doing motion capture parkour for it.
Now that I could believe. Anyway, Cowboy Bebop was slated to come to Netflix sometime in 2020, but now it looks like we'll be waiting closer to 2021.
So we'll all be dead by then.
Maybe. Or we'll all be living on Mars.
We'll escape from Cowboy Bebop, finally.
We'll have President Hillary Clinton by then.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen.
There has been a rumbling.
No, I mean, it's probably not going to happen even if she ran.
Anyway. Trump just beats her again.
Well, yeah, of course.
What do you expect?
With an even bigger margin of victory.
Yeah. No one's going to have any hope.
I beat everybody.
I am the champion, my friend.
He just starts singing the song poorly. I am the champagne, my friends.
I think he knows what the words are.
You think, but then he says it, and you're like, I thought he knew what the words were. He should know what the words are.
Oh, man, imagine Bernie Sanders doing karaoke.
Oh, what do you think his...
That would be heartwarming.
What do you think his song is, his go-to song?
The Tom
Winner Takes It All.
I was going to say the same exact thing, Theo, right?
Oh, not me.
No, I was thinking Winner Takes All.
Oh.
And then while he's doing it, for some reason, Michael McKean gets up on stage and just takes the reins from him and starts singing. A reference for whoever watches Better Call Saul. All right. That's it for the news. So it's time for a segment near and dear to our hearts. It's Trailer Blazers. Hit the theme, Keo.
No! Wrong!
Ooh, a new theme. I like it. All right, welcome to Trailer Blazers, where we talk about the latest and greatest in trailers. This week, as everyone knows, we have sort of a Stephen King fever going on throughout the country.
Do we? This is the first time I've heard
it
about
made a ton of money a couple years ago, so now everyone's
a couple years ago.
People clamoring for Mr. King's works to be adapted.
Well, a couple years ago, and then It Too just came out and made a bunch of money as well.
Oh, so. But everyone hated that one.
I mean, it still made a bunch of money. It doesn't matter.
I guess.
Also, everyone hated it, but also said, wow, Bill Hader's a good actor, huh? As if they hadn't been watching Barry on HBO. Anyway, speaking of HBO, they've done a new adaptation of Stephen King, giving us the one of his latest works, The Outsider.
What if
Fake Detective.
What if a child was murdered?
This is I called this one Fake Detective because it's like if True Detective were a novel and had like supernatural elements. Oh, I guess that is True Detective.
So I guess it is Fake Detective.
Yeah, it's like Fake Detective. Jason Bateman's here and he's been accused of a crime, but get this: there's video evidence of him not being anywhere near the crime scene, but yet his fingerprints are all over it. Anyway, we're dealing with some sort of doppelganger situation.
Or a howdunit.
Yeah, a how done it, or a who done it, or a why done it.
When done it.
I think they know when it was done.
Yeah, that seems to be the one part of that phrasing.
Well, and the where.
How can they be so sure if they have the perpetrator in two places at once? Then.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's true. Yeah, maybe they have to rethink the when and where done it. Anyway, a lot of this is just sort of...
the what done it.
Yeah, well, they definitely have to think about the what done it. But yeah, a lot of this is just sort of like ominous foreshadowing of a show, of what's going to happen in the show, because they don't want to, reveal too much of a mystery.
They should have just revealed the whole mystery.
They should have just said it was this guy. No doppelgangers.
Here's how we did it.
So they're solving the murder of a boy. It's sort of like True Detective.
Then they show him behind bars.
Yeah.
So I guess he did it.
Yeah, must have. The prison system's never been wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, it's always 100% accurate. Anyway, The Outsider comes from the writer and producer of another prison HBO show, not Oz. The Night Of, which was another sort of more realistic murder mystery. This one probably involves spooky shit because it's Stephen King. You can also tell it's a Stephen King adaptation because there's a child
being murdered.
Also a child who's creepy. There's a little girl who's all creepy.
Stairmaster's distracting me.
Oh, yes. I have a news. I don't know if I want to bring this up, but we did have a ticker. Something come up on the TV Tuners ticker.
Mm-hmm.
The Australian police are now using Batman-style weapons to apprehend.
Is this like a bottle of mustard?
It looks like. They got like this bola gun that shoots out a tether that wraps around fleeing suspects.
Yeah, it's definitely a Batman type weapon here. Imagine if that was a thing that you used instead of an actual gun.
They would still find ways to kill people with them. Like, they would shoot at their legs while they're running, and they would just trip and smash their head open.
They would shoot at their necks.
Yeah.
Anyway, a fun diversion from the grim, bleak
world of
view
Stephen
of the
King.
Outsiders. The Outsider, not to be confused with The Outsiders, a different book and movie.
Stay gold, Stephen boy.
Yeah. Anyway, you can look forward to that coming to HBO in 2020.
And HBO Max.
Yeah, probably. All right. Well, now it's time for us to get into our main event of the evening. We watched a Batman-esque show. But it's not Batman.
Yeah, it's Bat Individual.
It's Bat Femoid.
It's Batwoman, yes. Yeah, we watched the CW's latest spin-off
offering
from the Arrowverse. I think there are currently 5 DC superhero shows running on the CW, including this one. So that's a hefty dose of their programming block. And this is the latest, Batwoman.
Oh boy, Batwoman! I can't wait for this show.
Wow.
There's an interesting through line with this and the show we watched last week, Stumptown. One, of course, they're both comic books that have been adapted. 2, they're both by the same writer.
Oh my god.
Batwoman was created by Greg Rucka, who also created Stumptown.
Wow. That is legitimately shocking.
Yeah, it's a very interesting sort of 1-2 punch we did here. I will say that unlike Stumptown, I have read Rucka's run on Batwoman, and it is very good. This adaptation is not.
Have you read 52?
No, that's where she debuts, I think.
Yes.
But I read the sort of follow up to that 52 run. It also includes the main villain that we get in this, what seems to be going to be the main villain in the series, and she's obviously way better in the comic books.
What do you mean, Swanson? This show has a lot to sink your teeth into here. It's got yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go, Swanson.
I feel like they would be uninterested if I sank my teeth into them, or might file a lawsuit.
They would be the wrong kind of interested.
Yeah. Anyway, yes, this we open up with our main character, Kate Kane, classic alliterative comic book name, and also named after one of the creators of Batman.
She's doing like some kind of escape artist training.
Yeah, in like the Arctic. The most baffling thing is that there's no explanation for why she's here, or why she's there's like a half-assed explanation for why she's doing this.
There isn't,
but
really.
There's no. Well, yeah, she explains later that she, like I said, half-assed. She explains later via voiceover, because of course half of this is in voiceover. That she's been training all over the world to get a security job at her dad's security firm. Like, her dad apparently does not believe in nepotism, which I guess okay.
But she's doing like the Batman Begins, like going to the Liam Neeson for ninja training at this point.
Yeah, and there's no like explanation for how she found. Like, there's no explanation for why. Like, who is this person?
What's his name?
Why is she doing this stuff? At least in like the Batman origins, there's like usually a reasoning that he finds some people that he like.
Or they just skip over the training, like Batman Year One did.
Yeah, she's in the Iceland with I guess, like an Inuit
Yeah,
man.
it should have just been like, good job, your training is complete.
Yeah. Also,
but he's
she
like
gets
really
a phone
stern.
call in later.
Yeah,
which
she got
is
a satellite phone.
She gets a phone call in the Arctic. Who's taking these? Who's finding the numbers? She's like, if you ever need me, please call my satellite phone that I carry with me at all times.
Well, she's also a billionaire like Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, because she's Bruce Wayne's cousin.
And their names rhyme.
Ooh, Kate Kane, Bruce Wayne.
They're here to bring the pain.
Yeah, Max Payne. It's a team up.
No, not Max Payne. They don't have the rights to him.
Oh, yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah,
No,
not since the accident.
The
Speaking of the
accident?
maybe. Speaking of the accident, we get a origin story as told by like a PS1 level.
Oh yeah,
like the flashback filtering on this is.
It's like 3 frames per second.
Also, was it just me or was the sound mixing like also very bad in this scene?
Something seemed very weird. Anyway, yeah, give us a rundown.
So
I wanted to make sure, like,
and it's very
100% sure
orange.
it was a flashback.
What'd you say?
It's very.
It's very orange. Yes.
Yeah.
They were like very desperate to make sure the audience understood it was a flashback.
Yeah. So they get run off a bridge
By a school bus.
Yeah.
Which is like that decision is a little confusing for this show because you would think they would just have exposition explain it to us.
I guess they're setting it up that like maybe a Batman villain was driving the school bus or something.
Yes, the Joker was driving the school bus, obviously.
Well, yeah, probably. Although I don't know if the Arrowverse has their own version of the Joker. Probably does. But,
well, now that there's a Batman, there's a Joker. That's how the universe
Batwoman.
works. Oh, there's an implied Batman. We see
yeah,
Batman in the flashback.
Yeah,
the name was
where
Stuntman wearing the suit.
Yeah, we see a Batman esque character, and we are told it's Batman because
he looks like Batman, and he's got a grappling gun.
Well, young Kate Kane also says it's Batman.
So Batman,
but he doesn't fully save the day. What?
Yeah, Batman does some grappling with his grappling hooks.
He tethers the car to the side of the bridge, but the car breaks off anyways, and it hurt.
Yeah, probably from some Joker shenanigans or something.
I think it was just. Well, they explain it. The car just had bad engineering. It was poorly made. The steel.
Is that what they say? Because I'm pretty sure how they explain it is that he still didn't figure out how the accident happened.
Well, they figured out why the car broke off the grappling hook. That's for sure.
Oh, I mean, okay, I guess. It seems like a weird explanation that they're using to cover up some other revelation.
Why is Batman here? Because this bridge looks like it's like out in the middle of the forest.
Obviously he was pursuing whatever villain hit them.
I guess it was a Joker in the school bus.
I mean, probably.
I'm gonna give them a lesson in crime, Batman.
School's out, Batman.
Forever.
So yeah, we get throughout this episode, like I said, we have voiceover, which is,
I mean, it is a detective TV show,
I guess, but like I don't need a lot of shows seem to do. We talked during the Stumptown thing about a lot of shows doing the unnecessary sort of time messing with time, like the timeline thing.
I don't think Ruby Rose is a good narrator. I mean, she's certainly talented, but
yeah, I mean, like she does, I guess, what she can with a role where I'm pretty sure they were telling her act less emotional,
more lesbian.
Yeah,
like the director just kept telling her to calm down.
Yeah, no, you're too much emotion.
Yeah, she played a mute character in John Wick 2 and had more emotion, had more personality than Kate Kane does in this, I think.
Yeah, all of the voiceover is also just sort of like indifferent, where she's just like, yeah, my sister died and it was pretty bad, but now I'm here.
Like
I
Kate
had to
Kane,
return to the city.
Kate Kane in this is basically just grumpy. That's her soul-defining trait.
Yeah, she's grumpy and occasionally says a one-liner.
And sometimes lesbian.
Yeah, sometimes.
And it's very confusing to consider that she's highly motivated.
Yeah, we don't know why. We actually don't really know why she's highly motivated in anything, really. Like, we know why she wants to save the lady who gets kidnapped.
Yeah, but we don't know why she wants to join the security company.
Yeah, like that's apparently her whole reason for existence, and she doesn't have.
We should probably get that in the first episode instead of this supervillain reveal.
Yeah. What we get before Kate Kane returns to Gotham is we get an explanation that Batman's been missing for 3 years, but they've been keeping the bat signal going. I guess just in case he comes back. Seems like some taxpayer money.
No, they're trying to get him to come back by keeping the light on.
Begging him to come back.
They're like, hey, we didn't forget about you, Batman.
We still need you.
Please.
Come back, buddy. I mean, keeping it running for 3 years seems like a waste of money.
What if Batman finally sees it and just decides to come back?
Like, yeah, it seems a little like... After a year, I feel like you'd be like, all right, I think he's not coming.
I mean, in a way, it does work. A Batman appears at the end of this episode.
A bat individual.
Yes,
Jinx, Keo Rain owns me a Batman. And yeah,
I don't know if you want that, Swanson.
Oh,
the lights shut out.
Swanson.
Wait a minute.
Someone order a Batman.
Wait a minute. I thought I was going to be
we have 2 Batmen.
You messed it up. We got 2 Batmans. If I'm Batman and he's Batman,
I'm from Earth 316.
Oh, I'm from Earth 2.
Wow.
All right. Well, one of you needs to beat up Swanson to wrap up this joke, please.
A coffee?
Yes. Imagine what we can do if we put our minds together. We can kill all criminals.
Oh, yeah, totally do that.
Yeah, one of them wants to hook up, the other one wants to fight crime.
Yeah, it seems
very deadly manner.
Let's go discuss this more.
Okay.
Away from here.
Yes, out of the scene. School.
Can you?
Wow.
Wait, can you kick Swanson on the way out?
Wow,
yeah, I had to kick him.
Oh, I was hoping it was Batman.
No.
Well, the lights didn't come back on after I'd been kicked. Yeah, I just turned.
I mean, if you'd been kicked, you probably would have been like, "Oh!"
Do you think Batman and I guess by the transitive property Batwoman always have to figure out where the light switches are in a building before they can do anything?
Yes.
Yeah, they get like the blueprints.
No, they don't have to figure it out because they're the world's greatest detectives.
Oh yeah, they already knew ahead of time where the light switches were.
Yes.
They have a psychological profile on the electrician who set it up, so they know exactly where all the outlets are.
They're just like replaying it back in their head, like the architects in the 1930s drawing the schematics.
So yeah, they have this ceremony where they're turning off the light, and I guess it's very interesting that Gotham. I mean, I guess it makes sense for Gotham City that when Batman leaves, they suddenly decide the best course of action is a privatized military force.
Oh yeah, it looks like Iraq with those Humvees.
So we get introduced to the dad character, who is the leader of Crow Security. His name is Jacob Kane, and his like most popular agent, Sophie, who is of course, as we learn later, Kate's estranged girlfriend.
And stepsister?
No, her stepsister's the Asian lady. Her stepsister's the one who was on her phone taking a picture of a kid in a Batman costume. And then the mom, who I think has just this one line in the entire episode, says, "You're embarrassing me." And I think that's all she says. Because she doesn't show up anymore. The sister shows up more in a really useless subplot. But the mom is just there for this one scene.
Well, the stepmom.
Yeah, the stepmother.
The real mom's
actual
dead.
Mom is dead.
Presumably.
And yeah, presumably so is the sister? We'll see about that. Anyway, the Wonderland gang attacks, and we get introduced to Alice, who just looks vaguely like Alice, I guess.
But kind of just comes off as a lame Joker cosplay.
Yeah, I mean, she looks like...
He's got the white face paint, so you just think Joker.
Yeah, and she speaks in quotes from Alice in Wonderland, which is a thing from the comics, but is probably going to be more tedious if she's the main character on a television program. Like it's one thing when you can have a character not talk a whole bunch in a comic book. It's another thing, or when you read it, It's another thing when someone says it aloud a lot.
Yeah, maybe don't put her in episode 1, by the way.
Yeah, maybe save it. Yeah. You know, maybe like if it's gonna be the big bad, maybe not.
Let's have her fight Kite Man.
Yeah, just any like obscure Batman villain that no one wants to use.
Or maybe
just the ventriloquist is right there.
Yeah, or Black Mask.
Oh,
Why? He's like a mob guy. Bane. He's not that powerful. He just
but he is actually kind of popular for some reason.
Yeah, but
he's apparently in one of those DC movies coming out. So played by Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, but you can make him a one-off. Like he's just foiling a specific crime that week.
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah, just Black Mask, dude.
Yeah, save the myth arc for like episode 2 or 3.
Have her fight Red Hood.
No.
And then he turns into.
I don't
Joker.
see why she shouldn't. No. Why she shouldn't fight Bane episode 1 though.
Oh yeah. Do you think Bane constantly brags about breaking Batman's back?
Yes.
I broke my Batman. What did you
do? Yeah, who wouldn't brag about that?
I guess if I broke Batman, I would also, even if he got better, I would still, talk about it constantly.
And then he got better, and then you got beaten up by a weird Jesus freak in power armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't brag about that part.
Azrael's going to show up in the Arrowverse.
I think he might have already.
Ooh.
Anyway, we get kidnapping via tarp. They attack they attack Sophie, and she falls off the roof, but instead of just waiting for her to fall and then like drag her out afterwards, they just catch her in a tarp.
How did they know?
They're very efficient.
I'm glad that
they came prepared, Stairmaster. They came prepared.
Yeah, but the whole plan hinges on them knocking her off the roof. Like, what if they just knocked her out by fighting, and then they had to carry her?
My favorite part about this kidnapping is after the tarp is like far enough away from the van that they like where she falls off the roof and where they have the tarp is far enough away that they need to knock her out still.
Yeah.
So someone just hits her in the back with a bat, and that apparently knocks her out.
There's a lot of getting hit in the back of the head this week.
Yeah, there's a lot of like getting hit with pieces of wood and like bats.
And not suffering brain damage.
Yeah.
Pretty much just fully recovering within a short period of time, too.
Yeah. I mean, that's superhero stuff, you get hit in the head and nothing happens. I mean, how many times do you think Batman's been hit in the head?
Well, he wears
5.
He wears a helmet. Remember that part in Batman vs. Superman where the guy just puts the gun against his head and unloads it? And he just like, Argh!
I guess I do.
Yeah.
I guess it's one of the more memorable moments of that.
That was a good scene.
So Kate returns to the city after she gets a phone call. This is look, I have some choice dialogue lines that I've written down throughout the episode, and this is one of the chef kiss lines right here. Kate, it's Mary, your stepsister. Mary, our parents have been married for over a decade. I know who you are. Then why did this line happen? Pointless.
See, here's what happened in the writer's room. They wrote the first line down, and somebody was
what?
Dude, no one would ever... They were like, dude, no one would ever say that in the real world. He's like, don't worry. Here's the next line. We'll have the other characters.
Next line, dude.
Dude, I used a typewriter. I can't erase it.
Well, guess we got to keep it in.
We'll just have the other character explain that was a weird thing to say, but also add more exposition to that line.
Yeah, there's a lot of that sort of dialogue throughout this episode, and a lot of it is also interspersed with the voiceover that also explains things instead of just showing it to us or letting it sort of happen
Stairmaster.
naturally.
Kieran.
Stairmaster, it's me, your podcast co-host.
My podcasting brother.
Keorain, Stairmaster knows who you are.
We've been podcasting for 5 years.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we get introduced to, we get the dynamic right off the bat between Kate and her dad. I really do love a hero who desperately wants to be part of the surveillance state. Very heroic. At least at the end of Dark Knight, Batman decided it was a bad idea. Or I guess had the decision made for him. Well, but still.
Morgan Freeman was like, guilted him into doing it.
Yeah, and he like smiled in the distance at Morgan Freeman's ghost. He died right at the end of it.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
That's why he's not in The Dark Knight Rises.
I think he is.
He
is he?
He is.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, she knows Bruce Wayne because they're cousins, which is not a thing from the comics. They are not related at all, actually. Which is better. Wouldn't it be better if it was just a character who like was inspired by Batman or just
but then you wouldn't have a reason for her to break into the Batcave.
And you need that.
And you need this very lame Lucius Fox character.
Yeah,
very hapless.
He's actually Lucius Fox's son.
Oh,
Luke Fox.
Why are they like maintaining his house like he still lives there? What's up with that?
Yeah, I'm confused because was it his house or was it like the building?
No, it was
the
Wayne Tower.
Enterprises on it.
It's a Wayne Tower. It looks like.
So it's not even his house.
It looks like a place where people live, though.
Yeah, this guy seems to be living there.
I mean, if he it's probably like a servant's quarter and a slave den at the bottom of the.
Oh, where do you think he sleeps?
Batman or Luke Fox?
Luke Fox.
Either or. I had 50-50 on that one.
I guess he could sleep wherever because he seems to be the only person in this building.
Yes.
What's this building doing?
It exists.
I assume it's like the Wayne Enterprises corporate headquarters. I think it's just like Bruce Wayne's private floor that's abandoned.
Also, okay. I know that it's a comic book thing. But Bruce Wayne disappears the same time that Batman disappears. And no one makes the connection.
Well, he probably had an excuse.
Nope.
Everyone was like, I guess Batman and Bruce Wayne are just not the same person. They're just both gone, though. Weird. Very strange.
It's weird how Bruce Wayne showed up on the Epstein flight logs right when Batman disappeared.
Oh, yeah. Do you think he had to go kill Epstein?
Yes. I
have to do this.
And that's why he retired. It's like Batman Beyond.
I had to kill someone close to me.
My dearest, closest friend.
Now where am I going to find a new Robin?
Oh, yeah. Epstein was providing him with Robins.
Epstein. I need another Robin.
I got a new guy for you. I got a new guy for you. His name's Tim Drake. Get a load of him.
Is that your Epstein voice?
Yeah, that's how he talked.
I thought he would sound more sinister.
No. Not everybody who does bad things is sinister. Sounds sinister, Keel, right?
Hello, this is Jeffrey Epstein. Would you like to fuck a child? That'll be $5 million.
What'd you say? No, I want to train a child in the art of crime fighting. I want to endanger a child's life.
Oh, that'll be $8 million.
All right. And then he just ignores the thing he said before. Anyway,
I know you're not up to anything fishy, Epstein. I know you were just testing me, right?
She breaks into this place.
Yes, the Wayne Tower.
Yeah, and gets accosted by Luke Fox,
who's got like this very 90s like
he
limo
looks like
driver.
Static Shock a little bit.
He reminds me of the limo driver in Die Hard, or like the black guy in Under Siege 2.
Yeah,
very hapless comedic relief character.
Yeah, he has a very like 90s Steven Seagal
black sidekick.
Sidekick, yeah.
Steven Seagal
sidekick. Oh, do you think Steven Seagal hates Batman?
Yes.
I could do that.
If Putin gave me enough money, I could do it.
Imagine the timeline where Steven Seagal played Batman.
Ooh, no.
There's gotta be
sounds like a darker timeline. In place of who?
George Clooney. Or actually, that's Batman and Robin was very late in the 90s. I think Steven Seagal was already on his hurtling.
Yeah, if he's replacing Michael Keaton, it's definitely a darker
Oh,
timeline.
no, he's not replacing Michael Keaton, that's for sure.
I guess if he replaced...
he would have to replace Val Kilmer. That's the only one that would work.
Fine. Both of them are equally reprehensible. At least that's what I've heard about Val Kilmer. Anyway, so yeah, she has an encounter with him where he's like, yeah, all right, you're Batman, you're Bruce Wayne's cousin. Sure, everyone says that. So then she beats him up, and he's like, I guess you really are. And then she leaves.
You know who my top Batman pick is?
Yeah?
Keanu Reeves?
Michael Cera.
Oh, I could see it, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's where the Lego
Batman...
he does play Robin, so it's a logical conclusion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does play a Robin. So, yeah. We get some flashbacks interspersed throughout this episode of her time in the military, where she meets Sophie. Mm. They do some making out.
This was like back during Don't Ask, Don't Tell, but so how long ago was this?
Yeah, like I guess it's like 10 years have passed.
No, 2009. I know it's Obama. He repealed Don't Ask, Don't Tell. It'd have to be 11 or more.
How old is she then? It's been over a decade since, like, I get it because the character, this is a backstory thing, and the character was created. Actually,
yes,
the character
as a reaction to the homophobia of the 2000s. The gay panic of the 2000s.
Instead, we just have to deal with that on Twitter now. But yeah, like, I don't know what, maybe it was just like they were part of an, like the military's code was still, people were still upholding it for some reason.
Oh, I don't think they thought about it. That's what it is.
They were probably just like, it was in the comics. So yeah, my thing is that this is a bad hidden makeout spot.
I mean, they did
just
get caught.
Behind a shed. Anybody could walk around, and behind a shed, you need to find you need to go to like a cave or something, like a bat cave.
Oh, that's how
that
she
would have been
becomes
great
Batwoman.
foreshadowing.
Yeah, she's making out in a cave, and some bats show up, and she's like, "Good idea."
Bats, nature's lesbians.
Yeah, that's what they always say about bats.
So yeah, this is probably the best backstory I've ever seen in superhero media.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
because it involves lesbians.
So like, if like Peter Parker was like making out with Uncle Ben before he died.
Oh no! No!
Swanson, what are you saying?
That's 10 years in the ISO cube.
That would be a thing you were like. Would that make a more interesting backstory to you, Keo?
Take it to fanfiction.
More interesting
or Tumblr.
It'd be okay. Look, it'd be more interesting, I'm sure, but better.
I mean, if you're doing like a Joker style psychological character study of Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think it might be more interesting, but also significantly worse.
Okay, but what if Peter Parker was too busy kissing another guy, and that was why Uncle Ben got shot?
He's making out with Zap?
Human Torch.
Flash.
Zap. Yeah, he was making out with Zap Brannigan.
Name? The bully
Flash
guy.
Thompson. You got it the second time.
I can't believe they have a guy named Flash.
It's short for something, I bet.
What?
Yeah,
what
well,
could Flash be
look,
short for?
I don't know. It was Stan Lee. He was probably like, I got this idea. We're going to name the man Flash.
I beat it out of Steve Ditko.
I said, give me a name, Ditko.
I took off 2 of his nails.
Yeah, I mean, if Spider-Man was making out with some guy, yeah, that's a better origin than him being like kind of spiteful for a second.
So eventually she gets kicked out of
repressed gay now.
He's probably internalized it because he blames himself and his homosexual behavior.
Yeah, instead of resolving to fight crime, he resolves to not be gay.
Oh, do you think that's why Peter B. Parker in Spider-Verse broke up with Mary Jane?
Oh, yeah, probably. I could imagine a comics cover where instead of the Spider-Man suit in a trash can and it says Spider-Man no more, it's like a male like nude magazine in the trash can that says gay no more.
And a can of Crisco.
Crisco?
That's something people use.
He's using cooking spray?
Maybe I'm thinking of something else, probably. So
probably Crisco is cooking spray. I don't know if that's great jack-off use.
There's something that starts with Chris that's like very slippery.
Quick, put some Crisco in my hand.
If you're gay or have jerked off with Crisco, chime in at tvtuners@gmail.com.
So yeah, Spider-Man would he still get his spider powers, but he wouldn't like fight any crime. He would just
not be gay.
He would talk to kids. He would just preach to kids at the local youth center.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he would preach to his kids and hide his gay. Hide his
very problematic Spider-Man.
But enough about Spider-Man. This is a Batman podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, we're strictly about Batman here.
And I guess Punisher, since they met once.
I mean, Batman and Spider-Man, I think, have met before.
It's canon.
Have they? No, they haven't. Well, there hasn't been a Batman meets Spider-Man crossover. There's been a Superman meets Spider-Man crossover.
I'm shocked that Batman and Spider-Man have not met.
No, there was they didn't even have a panel together in Justice League meets Avengers.
Well, because Spider-Man wasn't an Avenger then.
Oh.
Anyway, we get a sad song cue as she breaks up with her girlfriend in the flashback.
Very, very over the top with this music choice.
Yeah, it's like they're playing like Sarah Bareilles or something, like a slow and she's just like, I can't go with you because unlike you, I'm not rich. She's like, I guess that's a fair point. All right, well, I'm off to spend a decade just training for some reason.
Off to the FT Island.
Yeah,
they did not properly invest in this scene for us to care about it.
They didn't
at all.
There's one scene of them kissing, and then the drill sergeant yelling at him, and then this.
Yeah. And so we get back in present times. She goes to investigate. I don't know how she even finds this place.
They do the enhanced thing on the baseball bat and get the letters.
She finds it via that.
Yeah, I guess they're hanging out in the baseball bat factory.
So she goes to the baseball bat factory. Good news for this show: you don't have to wait for them to get to the baseball bat factory. They're there.
I mean, baseball bats have to be made somewhere, Swanson.
I'm sure, but I imagine they're made with like other sports products, and it's not just a strictly baseball bat factory. No, just
baseball bats and cricket paddles and lacrosse
and also
sticks.
Like planks of wood, apparently. So she goes and she fights a bunch of these people, and then
it's good. Ruby
it's an
Rose
okay fight
can
scene.
put the moves out. I mean,
yeah.
As obvious, they didn't have a big budget for choreography, but she's pretty good.
After all of this cool fight scene, she gets taken out with a single plank of wood to the back.
Also, she kills a guy by bashing his head in with a fridge door.
Yeah, you
hear and she shows that she's hyper alert.
Yeah. Well, it seems like she was very
but she still gets ambushed.
She had the bloodlust clouding her vision.
Yeah. So she gets woken up and she gets to talk like Alice. She gets to talk with Alice, and this is when you really get the "this is Joker but worse" vibes. And she makes some vague references to like I've been waiting to see you and stuff like that. That makes it really obvious about where this twist is going. Mm-hmm. But Kate doesn't put it together.
Yeah, because if she was like Mad Hatter's all about like corrupting people and driving them into madness. We don't get any of that here.
I don't really get what her plan is other than to make people not trust the security force.
Yeah, maybe they should have had like who's the anarchist guy?
Anarchy?
His name is Anarchy.
I mean, there is a Batman villain named Anarchy with a K instead of a C.
They kind of spell it out for you, I guess.
If it wasn't clear with his name being Anarchy and also it's a K instead of a C, he's a 90s villain.
Yeah. Somehow I don't think they read The Conquest of Bread when they made that guy.
I can guarantee you most Batman writers probably aren't reading that. So yeah, she wakes up in a hospital. This is her where we get her sister. She runs this like healthcare adjacent clinic.
She's running an underground hospital because there's no universal health care in Gotham.
Yeah, and yeah, I guess that's like cool, like good. Why am I'm getting this scene so that we have a reason for.
Oh, so she can be like the Rosario Dawson in Daredevil.
Yes, we have a reason for our character to get beat up, but to not be like traumatized.
Not to have to suffer consequences.
Yeah.
Except in this case, the bad guy put her there.
I guess, like, what happened? The bad guy beats her up.
No. She leaves her there, and then the sister gets there before the security company.
Oh, right, and she just takes him.
Also, the Gotham PD is hardly mentioned, which is weird for a Batman thing.
Yeah, I guess the security just sort of like took the job of the PD.
Is Commissioner Gordon going to be in this, or Barbara Gordon?
They're not listed, so no.
I mean, is there a Batgirl?
The police just gave up.
Could that be?
Is there a what?
Is there a Batgirl?
No.
But is there a Nightwing? Because that would be fun if he showed up.
Oh.
No.
This is the first time Gotham has shown up in the show, I believe, in this universe.
They're not going to put too many of your favorite characters in this, Stairmaster. Yeah. In fact, none of them.
In fact, what you get instead is the sort of just knockoffs of all of them. Anyway, so yeah, she makes her way back to Wayne Enterprises building because why not? And yeah, she eventually. Can we talk about how Batman's big idea to make sure no one finds out his secret thing is to just take the thing off the shelf? Or to move the thing slightly?
Don't you get it, Swanson? He set it up that way so she would find it. Because of their childhood together.
That's what they're going to do, isn't it?
Yes.
They're going to say someday someone was going to... I need a detective as good as me to figure out this riddle.
There must always be a Batman.
So yeah, she moves the very obvious thing to the very obvious place and solves the riddle.
The mystery.
Yeah.
Also, another thing, how long has Batman been Batman in this universe? We don't get a good... Oh, I guess he's been at it for a decade, right?
At least, I guess, yeah.
Wait,
and apparently 3 years...
Hold on. Batman...
Now he's gone.
When Kate was a kid, she met Batman, who failed to save her, but Batman was already an adult at that point.
Wait.
So I thought
hold on a second here.
I thought they were like the same age.
How much older is Bruce Wayne than her?
Yeah, the show gives off the impression they were like kind of peers.
Yeah, like how much older is Bruce Wayne then? Was he Batman at 18?
Was there like a second draft and they didn't like circle the square here?
I didn't even think about this. How much older is Batman?
I didn't until now. Yeah,
they have to be like at least a decade apart for this to work.
Weird.
Yeah, they're 10 years apart.
But they're cousins.
I mean, you can be you can be that old. I mean, it's just that the way she framed it was like, oh yeah. We're good for we used to hang out all the time.
I mean, anyway, I've got cousins I'm 10 years older than, and you know, it's not like they're that much younger than me. We can still talk to each other like adults.
Yeah, but is one of them Batman?
Yeah, but by the time she's an adult, he's already Batman, and it seems like he'd be like very reclusive at that point. She does mention that he's always got secrets. I don't know. It would help if we got an actual flashback to them talking, but they couldn't. They didn't want to cast Batman for this show.
Yeah, they didn't want to cast Batman yet.
Batman's just too good for this show.
They couldn't.
There's some policy written down that like specifically designates where Batman isn't allowed to be put.
It's okay not to have Batman, but you should have like a mentor figure.
I don't know. They're definitely setting it up
or Batgirl.
They're definitely setting up Batman to come back.
Yeah. In
the show, like they did that with Supergirl too, where I think in like season 2, Superman shows up.
Yes, we watched that together as friends and family.
Yeah, they make you wait for Batman.
Yeah, they want you to wait.
You can't just.
Sizzling up Batman, that's fine. But like I said, they should have like a mentor, even if
it's probably better than Gotham's take of making you wait for Batman and Batman never being there.
I really don't get the point of making you wait for Batman, to be honest, because you can just go watch Batman if you really want him that bad.
They should have just have Alfred there to give her pointers.
Yeah, what happened to Alfred? Batman take him with him?
See, I thought that Inuit guy from the beginning was going to be her mentor, but he's just like...
He's just there for like
2
30
seconds,
and he gets 3 lines of dialogue. He doesn't even get a name.
No, he's just a guy.
Yeah, well, we probably would have been very offended by his name.
Oh, yeah, probably. So, okay,
and if he's been Batman for decades, where's Robin? Where's Nightwing? Where is Batgirl? They've got to exist in this universe if he's been there for that long.
These are like all of the questions that come up that don't get answered. Obviously, they can't get answered in this pilot. But like, I'm assuming they're not going to get answered at all really until Batman does show up. Like it's a situation where you're adding too much stuff that raises too many questions.
We get to the Batcave at Wayne Enterprises. There's only one Batsuit, by the way, which implies there's only a singular Batman. No Batman.
Maybe Batman took all of his other suits with him, though.
Or maybe they're in the Wayne Mansion cave.
Yeah, probably. I like that he has multiple Batcaves.
When did that get set up, anyways? I know Arkham Asylum was like the first big property to have 2 Batcaves.
I don't know. I feel like that's a thing in a movie somewhere, probably.
No, I don't think any of the movies had multiple Batcaves.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably an Arkham Asylum thing.
That's too ambitious.
I mean, the one thing is that Gotham or Wayne Manor is literally located under a cave, which is why the Batcave works. In this case, he's in the city. Why? How does he build this cave? And also, who's cleaning up all of this bat shit and taking care of all the bats?
Yeah, why are there bats there if it's a Wayne Enterprise Tower? Did he put them there?
He had to have. And who is Luke Fox going down there and cleaning up all of the bat shit?
No, they got
Alfred's not around.
They got a Bat Roomba to fix it.
That Roomba can't hold all that shit.
No. Batman went to Superman and got one of like the Brainiac robots from the Fortress of Solitude to do its janitor work.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
That's gonna be a big plot hook for season 3.
Clark, I need you to hook me up.
Oh man, they gotta do a World's Finest at some point. That's what
they're probably gonna do a Supergirl and Batwoman team up.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I mean, theoretically.
Theoretically it would be fun.
This pilot does not inspire confidence.
Yeah. So we get before Alice's big plan is revealed, we get the security guy talking with his force, and we get another fun line of dialogue here where he looks at a building, which ends up being the building where she's holding Sophie hostage, and he just says, "I don't like that building," and then he pauses for a while, and I thought that was all he was going to say, and then he says, "Send some men over there to look out for it." I wanted to see more of him being like apprehensive of buildings. Not a good building. I don't like it.
It's weird that very open, under construction place only had one security guard on it.
Yeah, you would think you'd put more there. That seems like the go-to place. So then we get to this plan, and I think you guys know where this is going, but just bear with me for a second. So she has this lady hanging from a beam, and she's telling Jacob to make a choice: save her or save the city. And it is. Oh yeah, her name is Sophie.
Oh no!
It's a literal Sophie's choice,
and also it's a bad ripoff of The Dark Knight.
Yeah, that too. She's giving him a literal Sophie's choice. Come on, guys and gals, come on.
Okay.
Somebody wrote that and they said, "I'm a genius."
What if they didn't think of it? What if it's just a coincidence?
I'd be baffled.
I mean, her name could have been Sophie in the comics.
No,
it wasn't. She was related.
No, she's Renee Montoya in the comics, yes. The female version of the Question, which would be a cooler character to put in here. So yeah. Before then, when she sees the bat suit or whatever, she sort of like pressures Luke into adjusting it so it fits a woman. That cannot be done in the time frame that she's giving him. This dude is not like a seamstress.
You know what? I was watching this and being like, I'm gonna be pissed if he doesn't put on the bat suit in the first episode, but maybe this did need to be a 2-parter.
Yeah, like
they should have done like a 2-episode premiere.
She should have just put it on, and it just didn't fit.
Yeah, well, it also doesn't help. I guess maybe it makes sense that the costume doesn't look good because it was a rush job.
Oh yeah, this costume looks like shit.
This is not the cowl doesn't work. There's no hair, and like part of the Batwoman's outfit works with the hair.
There's no red.
Yeah, it's all gray. But the logo for Batwoman is red and black. It's right there in the logo for the show, but there's no red in this at all. So I'm assuming
they better fix it and make it look really good in episode 2.
The emblem is unforgivable.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're like gonna make a better costume at a later date or something.
They're gonna rip off Daredevil again, is what you're saying?
Probably, sure. Arrow also did this where he didn't have a full costume until halfway through the first season.
They should have ripped off Daredevil and started this in media res. Like, here's Batwoman. Who is Batwoman? Where's Batman? And work your way.
Maybe
from
that
there.
would have been better.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
No, we need to have a narrator.
Well, I mean, of course, as a
kind of meandering.
Batman's.
No, a narrator kind of meandering through the exposition.
Yeah, it's just sort of indifferently telling us what's going on.
Anyways, Batwoman kind of dunks on her, but not really because she's inexperienced in terms of bat people.
Yeah. So Batwoman goes to save the day. She does so. She saves Sophie from dying, but also they land. It seems like a Batman Returns type of take.
No, it's Dark Knight when they land on the car. That's what it's homaging, I think.
Oh, I mean, I do seem to remember a moment in Batman Returns where he goes through a roof and lands on his back.
But do they land in bed?
No. Oh. But also, this lady should go back and be like, yeah, Batman creepily touched my lips.
Also, Batman was a woman.
Yeah, like, she sort of just mouths Batwoman at one point where she's literally like, oh, Batman's back. And she's like, oh, Batman. But she should just be like, yeah, something's up with Batwoman. She's creepily touching my lips and just sort of staring at me longingly. What's up with that?
Why do my cheeks feel so flushed when I look at Batwoman?
So, Batwoman saves the day from Alice's
bomb.
Plot. Yeah,
it's just a bomb.
And
did we mention Alice has a bunch of like throwing pliers or like that seems to be her trademark move?
Yeah, it's real weird.
It's not very interesting.
And from there, she saves the day from Alice's bad plot, and that's it. Kind of. We get some we get some setting up for the rest of the season, I guess. There's going to be a love triangle because
Sophie's married.
Sophie's married to a man.
Bisexual.
Yeah. So then the real twist happens at the end, which is the one that you've probably seen telegraphed a mile away.
I think we spoiled it in the opening segment.
We did. Alice is her long thought dead sister. She makes that connection in the pilot episode. Why would you do that here? Who knows? But that's what we ended on.
Yeah, don't bring up your main villain in the first episode if you're doing this sort of starting from scratch story.
And certainly don't make that twist the first episode twist.
Yeah, not only bring up, also have the villain be defeated.
Yeah.
And their backstory revealed.
Like, remember Daredevil, how much Kingpin just kicked Daredevil's ass for like the first 8 or so episodes?
Imagine in the first episode, Kingpin shows up. He's already like, I've taken over Hell's Kitchen. And then Daredevil shows up, kicks his ass, and he's like, well, I guess I have to leave now. And Daredevil's like, that's right. And he's just like...
No, he's like, I've got more evil plans. You're going to have to stop me, Daredevil.
Daredevil, are you prepared for my evil plans?
I've got a lot of bad things in store for Hell's Kitchen, and you have to stop me. But I don't think you can.
Also, I'm going to make a bold prediction. Despite Alice being a Mad Hatter type villain, I don't think they're going to have Batwoman get drugged and go on a crazy psychedelic trip.
That would be a good episode idea.
Yeah. I don't think they have the budget for that.
No, probably not. This did look pretty low budget. Also, Kieran, I want to just tell you real quick to better the sort of D'Onofrio impression.
Yes.
Kingpin. It's always Hell's Kitchen.
You gotta talk like you're getting a 2P blowjob.
Yeah, he always, for some reason, that's all how he always pronounces Hell's Kitchen.
Dumb.
I'm going to redecorate Hell's Kitchen.
Do not at me about Bernie Sanders.
I am an Elizabeth Warren person.
I am tired of the bros.
Yeah, so, final thoughts on Batwoman?
Yesterday I said it was 3 out of 5 when I was chatting with you. But now that I'm sober, sobered up. Yeah, it's more like a 1.5, I think.
Yeah, Stair went on a bender after watching the episode.
He was on kind of a candy corn high.
I haven't had candy corn in weeks. I am going to go get some after this episode, probably, though.
Oh no, he's relapsing.
Come on, guys. It's October.
Stairmaster. We can't.
It's October.
You've had enough candy corn, my friend.
My heart only hurts a little bit.
Anymore.
I can have some more.
You can't.
Come on. Right. Don't you guys like the party?
We're going to lock him in a cell, Swanson.
All right, here's the candy corn cell. Oh crap! It's made of candy corn. Well,
stomach.
Oh, he got a stomach ache. He's not going to eat through all that.
So tune out.
Maybe he'll learn his lesson.
Yeah, that's I don't. Yeah.
Maybe it might randomly jump upwards in quality.
Yeah, I mean, Arrow also had a very terrible pilot, so it's possible.
Someone will keep you posted.
Yeah, Kieran, thoughts on this?
I'm gonna have to go ahead and say this is a tune out.
Yeah, that's a tune out for Batwoman.
Yeah, they're trying to be too many things at once. It's a pilot.
It's not great, I'll be honest. And that's it for this week's episode of the show. We'll be back next week with more TV goodness. Until then, keep watching. Bye.
It's over?
It's over?
And that's it for Trail